Good morning, everybody. I'm Wendy Mittman-Clark. I'm the editor of Sail Magazine, and I'm at the Miami International Boat Show. And I'm here with Franck Bauguil. He's the Senior Vice President of Leopard Catamarans, the Moorings, and Sunsail. We're on the new Leopard 46, which is a Sail Magazine Top 10 Best Boats winner for 2025. We sailed this boat in Annapolis and reviewed it. Thoroughly impressed by it. Frank's going to take you through and show you the features that he knows you're going to be interested in seeing. And you can come down and see this boat at the show this weekend. Take it away, Frank.
So good morning. So we are on board this new 46. It's the code name for this model is C1. So C meaning it's the next generation of sailboats, and this is a replacement for the previous model, which was the 45 that was coded B3. So we're in the Cs now. This is a fifth generation of Leopard catamaran. So the evolution from the previous model, first I'm standing on it. You have the option on this boat to have a platform. It's a dinghy platform, fully functional. It does not only extend the deck here, as you can see, that gives you extra space here, but it also, our platforms are very particular. They don't just come up and down, they come out and down, so down and out. So meaning that when it's in the water and it's ready to load the dinghy, you can come with the dinghy and go directly onto the platform because it clears the transom. So it's a cantilever system that we have patented by Robertson and Kane. Now, as we move on to this boat, you can see, first of all, we have very wide transom. That's always been the case. So access to water is excellent. We have a very nice swim ladder here that allows you to get down and back up and be able to grab handles. It's also deep, so you don't have to, step that much high in the water. The DNA of Leopard is respected in the sense that here we're always going to have here excellent access to the transom from inside the boat. So you can circulate from one transom to the other without interrupting the cockpit. Maybe somebody's having lunch or sitting at the table. So if you're in a wet bathing suit, you can just walk around here. Also gives you access to the platform. With the regular davits, then you can also come with the dinghy, unload groceries, put it back onto the dinghy. So this is something that we've had on the Leopards since day one. Equally, on this settee here, you have a backrest that goes either way, that you can flip on either side. So you can either enjoy this settee here and have a nice lunch or dinner, or you can flip it back, and here you have a nice sitting, looking at people in the water, looking at the transom of your boat. One thing on the Leopard is everything is one level. There is no step whatsoever from the back of the cockpit here all the way to the forward cockpit. It's one level. It's seamless. It's a very easy, a very well thought out circulation. As we enter the boat here, we have a dedicated area for sitting in the cockpit. Our cushions are permanent. They're outdoor cushion. You don't have to remove them. You don't have to store them. That comes with the boat. Here we have an optional teak table. The standard is a GRP table. We have two loose chairs that we'll be able to use also in the inside of the boat. The helm station, we're going to talk about it later, is always been with Leopard inside the cockpit here. On the bulkhead, it's well protected. Full communication between the helm station and the aft cockpit. Visual communication. So the helm station is close to the rest of the group. There is no separation of the crew between the helm station and the living areas. As we come here, we're going to see the big evolution from the Leopard 45, where here on the Leopard 45 we still had one left piece of bulkhead here. So on this new model, we completely opened up the cockpit into the main salon and vice versa. So the transition is completely wide open. The idea was to create one space. We already had that feel with the previous models, particularly we were the first catamaran builder to move the galley forward. So we already had this wide space, but here we went a step further with complete opening. We have a 4-part door here, so we can stack all 4 part doors on the side here, and it's fully open. with an assembly here that takes the entire available beam, if you like, to get in and out of the cockpit. So the transition is very easy. Here we have an ottoman or a small bench that can be here, that can be here, or that can be here, depending if you are in the open position. So we're in the open position now, where everything is open. Obviously on the way, you want to close your boat, be able to close it because of weather, because of too hot, too cold, rain. So in a closed position, you still have a U-shaped settee here. In the open position, this can be moved around and be used in different manners depending on how many guests you have, how many people are going to be having, using the tables. The other thing that we thought here is this table here actually turns and opens. So in the open position of this table, this is a full meal situation where those two tables are going to get very close together. You can sit 12 people here, and you're going to have a much larger dining table inside. You can use that table inside if you want to eat inside and close the boat, if you want to be air conditioned, for example, if it gets too hot. And we also have two different options for the table here. This is what we call the compact table. The standard is actually bigger. So if you open this table, and with a standard cockpit table, those two tables almost merge together without having to, move anything. This is all fixed. Those are on pedestals, bolted down. You don't have to start moving furniture around from one fitting to the other. So it's a more versatile situation here where you can arrange your situation here, the tables, depending on, if you open, closed, and the number of guests that you have on board. The other element of this boat is we worked a little bit more on the interior design, make it more attractive. We have new material that's really nice and comfortable, still very resistant. The upholstery is new. The joinery is identical to the previous generation, except now there's been a progress in terms of creating more round corners, a bit more attention to some really nice details in terms of the joinery work. We have, really nice countertops. This is a true Korean. There's the sink here, and then next to it there's an area to dry the dishes actually. So you have two compartments here in the galley. It's a fully functional galley. You have a dishwasher on this boat. This boat's got a lot of the options. The oven is a convection oven, so we don't have a microwave anymore. And in this case, we have an induction cooktop. That's an option. You can also go with a regular gas cooktop. A lot of attention has been made around the windows. Leopards is always, the DNA is to be able to have 360-degree visibility from inside. Even sitting down, you always be able to see the ocean. The progress here is the construction progress. The construction is very different. You have here what we call a reversed interior mold, which is one big piece that's reversed, and then those are millions that are bolted down, and the windows that you see here are glass instead of being the regular fabric material that we use normally. So glass window gives you a much better transparency, excellent, very crisp what you can see outside. The view that you have to the ocean. Television is here. It's framed, so you can watch television from here. You can also watch it from outside. Now, in terms of layout, on this boat we have a 5-cabin layout. We have a 4-cabin layout. This is a 4-cabin layout, except on this particular boat, the forward port cabin is what we call a utility room. So this is very much designed for a liveaboard with a huge utility room. We're going to take a look at it maybe a little bit later. At this point, we can go forward, and we're going to go through one of the features of all the Leopards. It's in the DNA, and that's the forward door. So the forward door, it's completely watertight. It's framed in. It's a Lumar assembly, and so it's completely watertight with three handles, and it gives you access to a forward cockpit. Also gives, as you can feel fantastic ventilation here. So at the anchor, you can open this door, you're going to get natural cooling, natural ventilation through that door, and throughout the whole boat, particularly when it's in the open position like now. On a beautiful day like today, no need for air conditioning, open that door, and you get the whole boat very well ventilated. Forward of this door, we have a very nice forward cockpit. It's protected from the weather. You have a seat on one side, a little L shape on the other side. Very nice place to have coffee in the morning, watch the sun rise in the morning, particularly if you are in the Caribbean with the trade winds, you know, anchoring facing east. So excellent space here. Forward of here, you have a lot of sunbathing. It's basically using the foredeck with cushions that are outdoor cushions. The same way you can leave them here, you don't need to store them every day. The back of this pops up here, so you can rest simply onto the window. Gives you a nice place for sunbathing. You have cup holders, and then going forward, we have the same system for the windlass. Here you have the genset. You have a locker here. The windlass system is the same we've had for many years, which is basically not too far forward, not too far aft, so you don't have the bridle or the chain that could touch the hull. It's midway, it's concealed, there's no chain laying on the deck, no chain laying on the trampoline, and then there is a gypsy for the chain, and then there's an additional one for the second anchor for road with a remote control. So system that's been proven, that we've had on over almost 3,000 yachts that we've delivered. There's another big locker here, and then here regular crossbeam compression post. On this boat there is an option for a bowsprit for a code 0 or a code D, and then you can see there's visibility back into the boat here. We can walk on the side deck. We have very wide side decks. We can go to the helm station and then look at the lounge. So good handles here. Everywhere you go, it's very secure. Very wide here. We have 2 steps here for the helmsman to quickly go onto the roof here. Those 2 steps, in addition to the steps on the port side to access the lounge, will give you a quick access to the roof as a helmsman if you need to, take a sail down, make sure your stack pack is okay, or any reef line. So here we have the helm station. The helm station on the Leopard is, like I said, is part of the cockpit. You're not separated from the group. Easy access to the deck, very quick access to the roof. And from this helm station, you have excellent visibility forward. You can also see your transom here. So if you back up into a dock, you can see both transom right from the helm here, and everything comes back here. So all the controls are here. Your halyards, of course, all your sheets, reef lines. We have 3 electrical winches, 2 winches here for halyards and sheets for the Genoa, and then we have a dedicated electrical winch here for the main, which is nice. So you can do both. You can trim your main and your sails, your foresail at the same time. We have an overlapping Genoa on this boat. We've always had overlapping Genoa, those big cruising catamarans. They need power in medium light air. So we have more sail area. We also increase the height of the mast on this boat to maintain good performance. One of the DNA of the Robinson & Kane Leopard is excellent combination of comfort and performance. So this boat will be sailing most of the time between 8 and 9.5 knots, 10 knots. Big main, big boom, overlapping Genoa with a tunnel effect that you're going to create with this overlapping Genoa. Power the bow, so the boat will not going to hobby horse as much, and you can get through the weather a lot easier. It's a roller furling Genoa, so you can obviously reduce the sail area from here, and then you can obviously reef your full batten main. So we've worked a lot on this helm station compared to the previous model improved the aesthetics of the console here, particularly on the comfort of the seat here. Obviously, you spend a lot of time here sitting either steering or on the autopilot. This is very comfortable for two people, very cushy. The corners here allow you to be very comfortable sitting down here on one corner or the other. Two people can sit here. You can sit comfortably here and steer the boat. You can also on the autopilot relax here and you still maintain visibility over your instruments. You can see again the transom, you can see across. So you have good visibility here. You're protected, that's why we have the helm station here. We do not do helm stations on the flybridge because it's very exposed to the weather. This can enclose, so if you're in a short-handed situation, couple on this boat, or even you can single-hand quite easily. It's a very easy boat to single-hand. All the controls are here. You're in also a location of the boat here where we're close to the center of gravity, so there's very little movement here in this particular spot. So that's the reason why we still have the helm station here on the bulkhead. Good protection, good visibility, and part of the group here, you're not separated. Otherwise, same concept as previous models. As you can see here, you're going to have some controls for the motors that are very different. The reason is as an option, we offer electrical propulsion on this boat. This particular boat has two 25 kW electrical motors that are basically, it's a pod that is in the engine room with a very large lithium battery bank and a genset, where in this case we call that a range extender. So on this boat here, you'll be able to run under electric propulsion for several hours just from the lithium battery bank. Of course, depending on the speed, your duration of your range and your number of hours you can pull out of the battery bank will vary, but you can easily get 4 hours at 7 knots, for example. And also this pod has the ability to regenerate. So the regeneration of and creation of electricity will be coming from, first of all, 400 watt solar panels here. A lot of our owners added big arches in the back of this boat. So now we integrated the solar panels in the back. So you have a lot of solar panel energy here. Also, you can add more by adding flexible panels on the roof, which there's plenty of space for that. But you got 2,400 watt of solar on this boat, which will help recharge the lithium battery bank in the case of, if you take the electrical propulsion option. We also have lithium battery as an option with a regular diesel propulsion. So the way to recharge this lithium battery bank on this particular boat could be under sail to regenerate with the props and re-inject some energy back into the battery bank through solar panels. And if you need more power, for example, you're offshore and you have a long way to go on the power, you're going to be in like no wind situation, then the genset at that point will kick in and you're going to get what we call the range extender, a big genset. So in that case, there's a diesel engine running, but it's forward, it's quiet, it consumes a whole lot less than two diesel propulsion engines, and then you'll be able to continue under power. So now we're in the owner's cabin. What's interesting about this new model versus the previous one is we've been able on this boat to basically have 4 cabins, including a big owner's cabin. The reason is we pushed the head and shower of the VIP starboard forward cabin into the peak. So here we have a full-on owner's cabin plus 3 other cabins. We can do also a full-on owner's cabin plus 2 cabins and a utility room, which we're going to be looking at as well. We also have a 5-cabin version for the moorings that has here in the midship of this side of the hull of the boat, sorry, upper lower bunk. So on this particular owner's cabin, as you can see, so we have first a very nice island berth, access on both sides, very good visibility on the side of the hull through very big windows. We also have a large window facing aft. Nice shelves on both sides, USBs on both sides as well, reading lights, and a big drawer underneath the bed. So, and then going forward from here, we have this door here that can close. So basically, as you close the door, you get all the privacy that you need. So there's no, it cuts the noise, it cuts access to the cabin. Here there's 3 big drawers, a television, a big hanging locker, 2 more drawers, tons of storage. There's a vanity here, very nice with a little ottoman and drawers. There's an option also here, instead of the vanity, to do drawers here, more storage, which in a livable situation is always something the owners are looking for. Here we have a kind of intermediary area with the sink and the toilet. Again, a lot of storage here, storage there. This door can close. It's frosted glass. And then there's a massive shower here for the owner's cabin. So really nice. Very long. And in front of this, we have the VIP cabin and another hand and shower, which we can go take a look. Okay, so here on the starboard side, the galley is split with 2 companionways. So what's nice is the owner's cabin's got a dedicated private companionway going into the cabin, with a second companionway forward here in the middle of, if you like, the galley, without really interrupting the flow here. We can come down here, and then here there's going to be a very large VIP cabin. So this one is extremely nice and comfortable, a very large bed. On this side we have the bed perpendicular to the boat. So this bed is on the bridge deck, really, at least half of it. In that case, you have the bed a little higher, but you're gaining 2 extra drawers here. Again, when you sit in the bed here, you have excellent view outside on the ocean. And then forward of this, there's a toilet and again a big separate shower here in the peak. So this is what we call the VIP cabin. In the port hall, we're going to have 2 more cabins. And in this particular boat, we have the option that's been taken for a utility room, which we're going to take a look at it now. So on the port side, forward, here there's 2 possibilities. Basically, a very large, nice guest cabin. In that case, the bed is alongside the hull with access on both sides as well, storage, hanging locker, etc. Or you can, in this case, basically opt for a utility room. So in that case, the door will be moved here. There is no hand and shower module here. Instead, you're going to have tons of storage here. There's also storage here next to you. A very large hanging locker, storage here. Here we're going to have what we call a bit of a laundry room with washer, dryer combo. Some storage here, some drawers here. There's also room here for some level of customization by the owners aftermarket if they want to do, wine cooler is popular, that kind of thing. So there's tons of space here. It's a little bit like the laundry room. There's more storage here. And here we have a full-on, what we call utility room. So this is basically your garage, your storage area, and that has a workbench here as well. So I mean, for people that live aboard, as you know, you need tools on board, you need parts, but also any extra storage that you're going to need here. That can be a very nice office, by the way, as well. Probably not on the way, but certainly at the anchor. And then so you can have a computer here and kind of have your privacy here. Something that is extremely popular for the Leopard private owners, for the live aboard. So a good portion of our boats we deliver with this beautiful utility room. Looking aft, we have another guest cabin. Basically, in this cabin here, it is a symmetric of the owner's cabin here with an identical bed. The difference with the owner's cabin is instead of having a head and shower forward of that, the head and shower module is right here. Something to realize is on our boats, we have pocket doors everywhere on the boat, so you don't have to open the door, and it's complicated to go around that door to use the head and the toilet. So all our doors are sliding doors or pocket doors, so that gives you a much better access in and out of the head and shower. Hanging locker, the shelves, kind of a similar situation with this cabin. Again, very large windows, window looking aft, a hatch for natural ventilation if needed. Very large bed, access on both sides. It's the same size bed as the owner's cabin. So here we have an owner's cabin, a VIP cabin, a very large guest cabin here, plus the utility room, or it can be owner's cabin plus 3. Very unique in that size of boat to have this different version of the layout. So I think that's it for the cabins. So the access to the lounge is on the port side. The reason for this is we don't want to have access to the lounge in the helm station because of, we want the person or the couple at the helm station, or even 3 people can be there, not to be interrupted or disrupted with any kind of traffic going in and out of the lounge. So here we have access to the lounge through those steps here. And here we're going to have a full-size lounge, L-shaped with a backrest. Again, those cushions are permanent; they don't need to be stored. Here you're going to have a table, cup holders, controls for the stereo, and that gives you a very nice area here to sit. At the anchor in the evening is very nice. A nice little table here. You can see the boom on this boat is very accessible. It's not too high. Another reason why we don't have helm station on the flybridge, so you can work on the boom very easily. So all around, brand new model, one winner of top 10 with Sail Magazine. This is a boat that we are offering as a private for private owners on the Leopard brand. We also have it for the moorings fleet in the moorings yacht ownership program and the Sunsail fleet under the Sunsail yacht ownership program. I hope you enjoy this tour, and I invite you to come to the Miami Boat Show and take a look at the boat in the flesh. Have a good day. Thank you very much.